Hey everyone, Kevin Moore, Gold International Diamond with For Life here. And I just wanted to take, maybe just 15 or 20 minutes and tell you how excited I am. Some of you know my story, but I've been with this company since 1999, and I kind of have a unique background because when I walked into the door back in February 1999 at For Life's little tiny home office back then as a startup company, I was 22 years old and I was an employee. I started at the corporate office. I knew the founder of For Life. I knew he was a great man, and I was going to college. When I walked in there, it was, Jeff All Gilbert likes to say it was a job, J-O-B, just over broke. Mine must have been a job because I was just under broke. But I didn't really look at it as something that was going to have a lot of longevity. As most 22-year-olds, I was living for the here and the now, and I was going to college and kind of, just my entire forecast consisted of tomorrow, today, tomorrow if I was really looking in the future. But something really crazy happened. I got involved with For Life. I saw the power of Transfer Factor. I saw the leverage and the power of the model. And I became a great convert to network marketing, a great convert to what For Life had to offer and what Transfer Factor was doing for so many people. And so maybe I'm a little bit of a slow learner, but after 8 years of working at the corporate office, just over 7 years of different roles and responsibilities, going into my 8th year, something very, very apparent started to manifest itself to me. And I realized that I'm in the right industry with the right company, but I was on the wrong side of things. I saw people like Ray Muir and Dave Daughtry and Jeff All Gilbert, the pioneers of For Life. They were joining For Life in the very beginning as distributors, and I was coming in about 6 months afterwards at the corporate office. But I saw their ascent. I saw their success. I saw the people and the lives that they were changing. And they were together building people before it was even an official slogan for For Life. And I longed to do that. I wanted to be that. And I knew that if I had a dream and I had a work ethic, that with For Life, anything was possible. So back in 2006, I decided to get on the right side of the right company and the right model, and I became a distributor. Now, as a Gold International Diamond, that was the best career decision I ever made. And it wasn't easy. I love what my sponsor and mentor, Dave Daughtry, says. He says, this model, it's not an easy business. It's a simple one, but it's not an easy one. And it didn't happen overnight. It wasn't get rich quick. It was, initially I changed my corporate 9 to 5 to the 8 to faint grind of an entrepreneur. And I was chasing this business. But I want to talk a little bit today about the excitement of here and now. I've given you a little bit about my past and my history. Let's talk about today. I don't know if you can hear the excitement in my voice, but I'm excited. Here we are, 2017. I've grown up in this company, from 22 to 40. My hairline's grown back, but I've grown up. But I've seen a lot of different aspects of how this model and how this industry has changed. Now, I want to say something to you that I truly believe with my experience in network marketing, and it's always about the relationship. That's never going to change. The first ever direct sale, the first ever word-of-mouth marketing, to the very end of time, when the very last bit of business ever happens, the relationship is the key. But how do we correspond? How is that relationship manifested now? How do we start and how do we nurture relationships? For Life is about together building people. Well, how do we build people today? That's changed drastically. That's changed completely. When I first started with For Life, they were still doing fax on demand. They were still doing daisy chain type of things. And it was pretty much just a couple of years after the internet really was created. So they're doing emails, and they thought that fax on demand was great. And we worked with the tools that we could. And even then, we knew it was the relationship, and we knew that this technology was going to change how we built that relationship. But the people who realized, hey, maybe the fax machine is going to be replaced by emails, and the people who recognized that trend early and got on that trend, they were ahead of the wave. They were ahead of the curve. So they were literally progressive in how they were able to build their business. I want to tell you that today we see social media, right? Social media is the key. It's a completely new ball game now. Now, it's still relationships, right? But here's the great thing about social media. You know, if you graduated high school in the 80s, you might have left your hometown and you don't see the people from your graduation class again. Maybe you go back to your 10-year reunion. Maybe you go back to your 15 or your 20-year reunion. That might be the only time that you reconnect. Now what happens, right? You graduate in the 90s, almost immediately you're connected with that graduation class because of social media. So we have people who are waiting to hear the For Life message, and they're waiting in a platform and an environment like never before. So how are you using social media? How are you using it to build your For Life business? That is the exciting thing now, is our reach is exponentially greater than ever before. But here's what happens, is because we have more contacts and more opportunity than ever before, sometimes we get caught up in the thick of thin things. Are we really doing what's most advantageous and effective for our business? Are we managing? You know, we really should be prospecting and training and duplicating. Are we talking to new people? Are we building with the people that are currently in? That's the core of success. That's the nucleus that we should be constantly repeating. But what happens is we start to get caught up in the same old monotonous task, and we get caught up in just managing the few people or maybe the many people that we have on our team. You know, what I love is with Synduit. Now, I don't know if all of you have caught on to the energy and the excitement of Synduit with Jared. Jared is the CEO of Synduit, and it's been pretty amazing to see how dynamic and how engaged he is. Here's the CEO of this company that I think has created a system that's going to change the game. Because now, rather than you having to wear all the hats, it gets overwhelming. That was one of the first things that when I became a distributor, I realized how overwhelming it can be. Because from my corporate job, everybody had a role. Every department had a responsibility. And, you know, I was used to somebody doing admin, somebody doing, you know, distributor services, somebody doing marketing, somebody doing, you know, human resources, somebody doing operations. Well, when you become a distributor, you're your own boss. You're not working for somebody else's dream anymore. You're working for your own, but you're wearing a lot of those hats yourself. But are you doing the task that are most effective for your business? Are you getting caught up in the thick of thin things? You know, I like to say the entrepreneur, that isn't French for unemployed. Entrepreneur means you've got to do a lot of things well, but if you can take systems and programs, that's what's going to elevate you. That's what's going to help you be effective. I've never seen a program, a system like Synduit. And we've got Jared, the CEO over there. He is completely engaged. You know, most CEOs, they're sitting off in Tahiti drinking a pina colada and letting their people do it. He has created something that he's taken ownership of. So I hope that you're all involved in that Synduit group. You know, join that Facebook group. I think that we started it a few weeks ago, and I think it's the last count. We're at right around the 2,500 threshold. We're going for 5,000. We're going to change the way that we do things. We're going to reach more people. And you know what? I love, as you know, if you know me, you know that I absolutely love the slogan, Together Building People. But this is probably one of the first times in my entire For Life experience where I really felt that together. We all started having success, and we had this team and this team and that team, and that's fine. That's okay. But it feels like Synduit has brought us all to where I love the fact that, you see Dave Daughtry posting about it. You see Jeff Altgilbert posting about it. You see Ray Muir posting about it. You see leaders throughout the world talking about what Synduit can be. And you know what it is? It's the ability to go out and do the things that are going to actually build your business. Go out and, reach the people, reach the masses. And with Synduit, it's like having that entire corporation to where you're going to have the campaigns, you're going to have the marketing material, you're going to have the reach, you're going to have the resources. And you talk about Ditto Talk as another aspect of how we can build a business today. Ditto Talk, I always used to say that from day one, when I decided to become a distributor, people would say, well, Kevin, it's because you worked at the company for over 7 years. That's why you know these things. Well, there's a big difference between information and application, right? But all of those 7 years, do you want to know really what it was about? It was about the fact that I was a good copycat. Monkey see, monkey do. That's really what it came down to. I watched Jeff Altgilbert, Ray Muir, Dave Daughtry, and I tried to say, okay, what in their presentation can I use in my presentation? In the beginning, Dave said, Kevin, your people, my presentation. And eventually, as I'm creating my own story, we all have the same success recipes and success ingredients, right? We have Transfer Factor, we have For Life, we have the Life Rewards Plan, we have Together Building People, we have this phenomenal culture. But with Dave, it was amazing because I would see how he would present, and I'd be like, man, I want to present like that. I want to do that. And so I would try to take what he said, and I would try to register it in my mind. The great thing about Ditto Talk is that's exactly what it is. It's not just, after about 12 years, I knew Dave Daughtry's story. I knew the little expressions he would say. I've got more quotes up here now from Ray and Jeff and Dave and other For Life leaders than, they're not a lot of originals up here. It's just I'm regurgitating what the best leaders say. Because if I want to be where they are, I do what they do, right? You are who you surround yourself with. Ditto Talk takes away, man, I wish Ditto Talk existed, 18 years ago, but it takes away the fact that I have to remember all that, and I have to compile all that in my head. Now you have this presentation tool where it's literally scripted for you. Now you can still put your own signature on it, but it's interactive, it's scripted, and it's all, this system that's been put together that works. And so if you get somebody who says, you know what, I love For Life, I love Transfer Factor, I know I can do something with this, but I'm not going to be able to present the message like Dave Daughtry. Well, maybe you can, because it's right there. It's that script. It's the power of duplication. It's taking somebody who might be apprehensive, making them a master presenter. I can tell you this right now. The trends are social media. And there's still people out there that are doing, trying to come up with their own marketing campaigns. They're trying to reach out, direct message to their Facebook contacts or to their Instagram contacts. I don't think that they've caught the vision of the fact that social media is about leveraging and harnessing the power of the people that you're connected to. With Synduit, we don't have to sit down and do all of that. It takes out the guesswork. It does the work for us. Now, you still have to put the work in when it comes to going out there and pounding the pavement, when it comes to, meeting people, when it comes to, nurturing those relationships, but there is no such thing as just a plug in and let it do all the work for me. But this is something that can absolutely take your For Life business to the next level. I'm pumped. This is a great moment in the history of For Life where you have a bunch of platinums who know what they're doing, who have absolutely been kind of the standard of the summit that we all want to reach, and they're all coming together and getting behind this. So you're able to leverage a system that's ahead of the trends. Rather than trying to catch up to the trends, this is going to be ahead of them. So I'm pumped. I'm excited. This is going to be able to do things and reach new levels. So I'm excited what it's going to do for Life. I'm excited what it's going to do for those people who plug into Synduit, who use Ditto Talk. It's an exciting time to be a part of For Life, and I'm just grateful to be along for the ride. So, this is, here we are on a Saturday. I want to just, thank you all for the relationships that we have. Wish you all a very happy Easter weekend. Dave Daughtry, poor guy, is on his way to a Great Escape trip. Must be rough, right? But he's on his way to the Great Escape trip. Some of you that are seeing this might be in transit on the way to the Great Escape as well. So, that's what I love about For Life is you get to, you get paycation. They pay and you go on a vacation for doing what we love to do, building the business and helping others. So have a great Easter weekend. Make sure you're in that Synduit group. Stay plugged in. A lot of cool things are coming. I've seen some of the campaign that's being developed with leaders like Barry Blake, Dave Daughtry, Jeff Gilbers, Ray Muir, and more. And I'm just excited. I feel like, it's rejuvenating. I feel like it's 15 years ago. And, I'm hearing about all these exciting things that are going to shape For Life. This is going to be one of those things. I've been around from the beginning. I've seen those milestones. And I can go back and say, I remember when that product helped propel us. I remember when that convention gave us that energy. I remember, these milestones that were the ones that really pushed us. This is one of those times. So stay tuned. I'm excited. Thank you so much.